I guess let's get on. So when you were using FieldPulse, let me use it this way. What are some of the things that you loved about it that they incorporate for somebody using it on the user side?
So what drew me over to them was the simplicity of it. Now, I had started with one of our now competitors, House Call Pro. Very easy to use, but anytime I needed help with something, I couldn't get it, or I had to chat in, but they didn't always have a phone number available, and this and that and whatever. And I still remember to this day thinking, guys like me don't really know what we're doing with this thing. Like, we're afraid to push buttons because there's not always a back button. And sometimes you look at a word on a button you're about to press, and I remember having this thought, this seems really final. This seems if I push this button, there is no way to go back, just because of the word written on the button. And so I found Field Pulse just by looking around, by shopping around, doing some demos, and seeing the simplicity of it, the simplistic nature of it, which was good. But then there was some additional stuff that I didn't even know that I needed because somebody at House Call Pro never even told me about them. But the full demo that I got at Field Pulse, I still remember. I don't remember who did it, but I do remember the demo of sending out emails attached to certain items. Like, I could send out an estimate in an email, which is, I mean, everybody does that. That's simple. But then I could send a follow up, a reminder email. Oh, yeah, because some people don't check their email. Yeah, that makes sense. And then invoices. I send an invoice. Well, people don't get those emails. And quite truthfully, though, I had some very wealthy clients who would be in the Bahamas or they would be in another continent and, not really looking at their email type thing. And so, again, I could send up a follow up email, a simple reminder email. And then I could also send a receipt email thanking them. And it was the whole receipt was, hey, here's what you just paid for. Thank you for your business. I really appreciate it. My family appreciates this. I would really appreciate you telling anybody and everybody that you know about my business, about what I do. And here's a link to my Google My Business page. You can leave a review. Every single time people respond to those emails, wow, thank you. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, or what? For the work? Because you paid me for the work. Like, I say please and you say thank you, and that's the exchange. But then after the receipt email, I would still get a response of thank you. And so that, to get back to your question though, of what Field Pulse did was make it more personable to the client. Of course, it's on me, right? Because I have to show up, I have to do the work, I have to be clean cut. I can't smell, like a plumber.
Gotta be careful. I got some here.
But it is on me to provide the service. But the Field Pulse was just the cherry on top that put me above. At one point in time, I had people waiting 6 weeks for me to come by,
That's
and
awesome.
like I said, part of it's me doing the work, but part of it is also the fact that they know the amount of communication that I give them.
And that makes sense. A lot of people nowadays, man, when I talk to different customers, like, yeah, we're happy of our 5-star Google rating and our different locations and stuff like that. It means the world to us. But when I do quality control and I'll call back random customers and talk to them, or I'll go out to random customers and talk to them. And most of them are like, I just want people who actually give a shit. They're like, sometimes it has nothing to do with the cost of what it is. I just want a person to shoot me straight and be like, hey, you need this. This is why. This is how much it costs. I'm sorry you have to do this. It's kind of an expensive job, but I can take care of it for you. No
Hmm.
problem, Bill. Here's my money. Get it done. It's that simple.
Yeah, I learned something. Okay, I learned it and I knew that I knew it, but I didn't know the phraseology behind it. And I finally found it one day in a podcast, of course, is that people do business with people. People don't do business with businesses. They do business with people. And so, again, like you said, if I can make someone feel, and I'm not a salesman, If you don't want to do business with me, I don't care. I told people all the time who are price shopping, well, can you do offer any discounts or this and that? No, I don't. In fact, if you're gonna start talking about trying to get me cheaper, I need to hang up the phone because while we're talking, I missed three other phone calls. So this conversation is over. Bye. To bring it back to Field Pulse, though, when I had issues or I had questions, the fact that we have a customer support team, the fact that we have people who care, we have an entire team, an entire department who has their own budget and their own perks and benefits along with their job to call and take calls and answer people's questions. It's the exact same relationship that you have with your clients that we at FieldPulse have with our clients. We take into consideration problems that our clients have, and we, think about it and we consider it, and we have to think at scale, which is why we can't make everybody happy because some people want something that's so specific that we can't do just that. That's something I'm slowly learning. But guys, it's not that hard. If somebody wants a different schedule view, we're taking the same information, the same ones and zeros and all the link, but we're just making it look different. Somebody kept calling in and we kept getting multiple calls for it for a color view. They wanted to organize their text by color. They wanted to assign a color to everybody. Okay. Yeah, sure. I think we rolled that out in like a week. Okay, cool. We get calls all the time. Our customer service team, oh my goodness, man, to look at their calendars, you think you're busy. Oh my goodness.
I
Oh
bet.
my goodness.
I bet. And I'm honest, with my listeners and viewers that, Field Pulse is a sponsor, and I don't currently use it, but I went through a lot of demos and a demo account that I can mess around in. And there's a lot of things that I really like. And I agree with you about the ease of use. And I love just the seeing everybody's schedule and that I can literally just drag it and go over here. Cause we currently use
Hmm.
House Call Pro right now. And we are talking about switching. We've kind of outgrown them. We're gonna be a $6-7 million company, and we're past House Call Pro. We've outgrown them.
We actually get that call a lot. That's funny.
Yeah, I really do like a lot of the features you guys have. Like in House Call Pro, if you want to, move a time schedule or change it to a different person, you got to click on it and beep, beep, boop, do this, click that person, click this. And then when I was messing in there, it was like, bink, there it is, So I do agree with the ease of use, but that has a lot to do with it. And then also, it's when you onboarding, when you first do something, like I won't say a bunch of them. I don't want to piss people off because I know people at every single one of these places. But there's a couple of them that the whole onboarding process and setting up, it sucks. The learning curve is ridiculous. Like, I'm not trying to fucking learn Chinese or calculus. Like, I just want to be able to run my business and get the numbers that I need. Like, but I want the numbers that I need. And then when I get them, it's great if you give me a whole bunch, but I don't need these. So now all you're doing is just adding shit that I don't need that's throwing me off. It just, sometimes it's too much.
I believe the company that you're talking about is Service Titan, and my
Oh, maybe.
I'll call them out. My talking point. I don't do sales, but I have talked to a couple of other partners and a couple of other customers who use Service Titan, and I've seen in the dashboard, right? I've seen inside their accounts, and they are literally going past all of this information to get to something useful. And the light bulb went off in my head one day is like, you really need all that stuff? I mean, if you're a reasonably sized shop, right? Now, if you are a top tier 100-man, 150-man shop, we're not always the right fit for you. And we will admit that. Like our sweet spot is 2 to 25. That's our sweet spot. That's really who we're going after. But we are slowly building functionality into margin versus markup estimating and cost basis and cost profit analysis. And we're slowly building those things to accommodate bigger businesses, but we're doing it in the right way at the risk of being too much. we're adding things slowly and we're doing this incrementally because, like you said, to just dump truck and onboarding that takes, and Service Titan will tell you, and on their website, they tell you it takes on average 3 months to integrate into our 3 months. 3 months. Huh.
It's
What
longer
what
than
are
that.
you gonna miss in your financial reporting in 3 months that you need to forecast when you're running 100 men? Oh my goodness.